Hello everybody, O2 here, and today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of the Call of Duty Cold War beta. This game has already surpassed my expectations and brought on so much hype for me and has me dying for the game's release. But that's not to say there isn't a lot of issues within the game. Many of those issues have left the beta pass players completely unable to play the game, and with little to no response from Activision has left a lot of players in disbelief and anger. So let's talk about it. The first issue I have seen and many other players have been facing is the game crashing and crashing and crashing, or straight up just not working at all. Some of the issues can be fixed by restarting your console or PC, others with scan and repair or reinstalling, and some not at all. This is the Activision support page. As you can see, there's a lot of issues, and the list goes on and on and on. Not to mention the countless error codes. Oh, and the game just refusing to start all in all. Another issue people are having is not being able to join in on friends' lobbies or being randomly kicked from parties over and over with no errors or any indication of a problem. These issues can be very frustrating, especially for those who pre-ordered the game and were promised time to play the beta and test out the game. But that's not to say there aren't things to enjoy about the game. Once you get everything working, Call of Duty Cold War has brought me a lot of nostalgic feelings of playing Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare for hours on end without losing interest in the game. Though the beta has a lot of issues, it also has a lot of entertainment value within it. The gun customization brings a unique view on individual class setups and the skill it takes to run said setups. No one setup or playstyle is one and the same. Everyone runs their classes a little bit different and has a different playstyle, bringing a nice little competitive buzz to the game, where not one strategy will work against everyone and not one setup will work as well against a select group of players. Next, I've seen a lot of complaints about how hard it is for the average player to get their score streaks, which I personally disagree with. To say, playing Black Ops 2 you would need to get 11 kills to get a stealth chopper. On Cold War, it can be achieved by getting around the same amount of kills, 11 kills in a row, not including points from capping sites or picking up tags. So in my opinion, the score streaks seem pretty balanced from what they were in previous CODs and from what we can expect in Cold War. All the classes and all the guns we have seen in Cold War so far has brought me to the conclusion that most of the weapons are pretty equally balanced, and that it's more about strategy than it is about what gun you're using. One thing that I have found very odd though, and new about Cold War, is that shotguns can now be found under the secondary class, which will totally make shotguns a more used weapon, and from my experience using them thus far, I have found them to be pretty good for close quarter maps like Cartel, and will definitely add to the challenge of trying to keep more distance between you and your fellow players. Next, I would like to talk about field upgrades, which is a new set of tactical with a charge timer allowing you to carry new tacticals listed as such. Proximity mines, which instead of ready to use lethal, now have a charge timer, which is a very nice add because mines would be a bit annoying to say the least. And after that is the SAM turret, back again as an upgrade rather than a score streak. And after that, the jammer, a device that jams nearby players' electronics, including minimap, definitely adding to the game's competition, along with trophy systems and gas mines, which we all know and love at this point. And last but not least, the field mic, a device that you place down allows you to see enemy blips on your map if they are moving around or making noise around the device. All these devices have a different recharge time. You can read more about that in the sources in the description of this video. Another nice add into the game is the sniper mechanics, which totally brings me back to sniping in Black Ops 2, where quickscoping and trick shotting were the big thing. The sniping mechanics within Cold War allow both of these to be completely possible once again, adding another layer of entertainment into the game. The snipers allow quick zoom in time along with accurate shot time and bullet velocity, adding the possibility for some pretty sick clips and some really nice plays in the future. Next, we're going to be going through all the score streaks within Call of Duty Cold War, and starting off, we have the RCXD. A classic from Black Ops. You can control an RCXD with explosives on it to kill an enemy or two, and to get that, that's 600 points. After that, the spy plane, which is just another word for a UAV, and you can get that at 800 points. After that, we got the artillery strike, which you can choose 3 points for an artillery strike to land on, killing anyone around those points, and that's at 1900 points. Continuing on, we got the Napalm strike and air patrol. You can get the Napalm at 2400 points, and you can choose 1 point for a huge Napalm strike, leaving fire and killing anyone near. The Air Patrol is a group of planes that patrols the skies, shooting down any spy plane or aerial score streak that is found in the sky for 2,750 points. Next up, we got the War Machine. Pretty self-explanatory. You get a grenade launcher till death, and that's for 3,150 points. The next is the Attack Helicopter and the Chopper Gunner for 3,750 and 6,000 points. The Attack Helicopter is a helicopter that stays in the air, automatically killing enemies from above, while the Chopper Gunner is a manually controlled minigun on the chopper to mow down enemies. There's also the Sentry Gun, but that's pretty boring. We all know about it. Okay, that's all the points I wanted to go over. Now let's go through the pros and cons I have found for this game so far. Let's get some of the cons out of the way first. Random crashes and errors can be thrown down there right off the bat, along with getting kicked from parties and not being able to join in on your friends. Another thing is the lack of support on Activision's part. This isn't much of a con for the game itself, but it is definitely frustrating for those having issues with the game. Another issue I've had is random blue screens, so let's throw that on there too. Now to the pros. I'd say the weapons are pretty balanced, along with the score streaks being very fair and not too difficult to achieve. Next, let's add the sniping mechanics to the pros, along with weapon customization and field upgrades. Another thing, map sizes are perfect for the amount of players, and for long and short range combat within all the maps. The fact that they added back score streaks rather than kill streaks is definitely a good one too. Next, let's look at the perk system. All the classic perks, including a few new ones, being able to have a wild card again, allowing you to carry multiple perks or a second primary. Next, the nades and C4 are perfectly balanced, and stim shots regen over time and are a useful attachment. Also, you can stim and shoot at the same time. Another thing, the use of the compass on the top of the screen, and the list goes on. There are definitely a lot of things I didn't cover in this list or in this video, but these are the top list of cons and pros that I have for this game. Though there are a lot of errors and issues with the game, this is only the beta. The reason the beta exists is to find all these bugs and errors so they can be fixed for the game's proper release on November 13th. And I personally do recommend this game to anyone who is interested. The pros definitely outweigh the cons by so much, and this game has definitely taken up around 90% of my time since the beta's release. But that's all I got for you guys today. Enjoy the rest of this game, and you've been watching O2. Peace out.